This next set of exercises is specifically designed for older adults who have been told to stay indoors, who are perhaps deemed to be a little more frail and aren't able to get out and about as much as usual just now. They're very specific exercises designed to help promote strength in key areas, specifically the fronts of the thighs. They're designed to help improve balance and coordination. So if you do these exercises regularly, you can find that you're reducing the chance of you having falls. And this means that if you do find yourself staying indoors for a lot longer than usual just now, you'll be remaining fitter and stronger so that when you do get out, you'll be just as safe. Now, when you're doing this program, I would recommend that you maybe do it with a friend. So if you can't get to a friend's house at the moment, obviously not, then you could always call a friend and suggest that you do it together and call each other afterwards to make sure that you're okay. Or you could let your family members know that you're planning on doing something like this and check in with them afterwards, just so that they know that you're safe while you're doing it. I wouldn't recommend doing this exercise program on your own without telling anybody, because if you did have a tumble, there wouldn't be anybody here to help you. So be sensible. Remember that we are prone to accidents sometimes, and we don't want to be left in our houses on our own with nobody able to get to us easily. But I hope that you enjoy the exercises, and they should be safe to do every day. The first one that we're going to do is a chair sit to stand. Now, you would time this for about 30 seconds, but I don't want you to hurry your way through it. I just want you to be nice and relaxed with the move. So we're going to make sure our feet are directly underneath our knees. I'm sitting at the edge of the seat. You can see there's quite a big gap between my back and the chair back there. So I want to maintain that upright posture. I'm going to let the nose come forward and stand up. And then making sure that the chair is behind me, I'm going to sit back down again. I'll wriggle forward and I'll come back up. So I'm always just making sure that that chair is behind as I sit back down. This move is strengthening through the fronts of the thighs, and it's making it easier for us to walk further distances than we normally would do. So if you find that at the moment you're not able to get out walking in the way that you normally would, this is going to help preserve the strength in the key areas through the fronts of the thighs and the hips until you're able to get out more. So we would time this for about 30 seconds, and I think we've probably done that now. So we'll stop and rest off. So that's the first exercise that I would recommend you do, and you should be able to do that every day. If that feels too easy for you, you can make it harder by crossing your arms across your chest, or even taking them above your head. If you need to modify this move, you could bring your hands down by your sides and push up. So lots of different ways to start this move. The next one that we're going to do is going to challenge our balance and a little bit of our coordination. So I'll show you now. Take the chair out of the way, and I'm just going to tilt this camera upwards ever so slightly so you can see me standing. Okay, so I'm holding on to a balance bar here, but you could use a countertop. A kitchen countertop would be perfect for this. We're going to do the single leg balance, and it's just as it sounds, with one hand just hovering above the balance bar so I can hold on to it at any point if I want to. I'm going to raise one leg up. And I'm just going to count how long I can stay in this position for. My hand is just hovering above the balance bar, and I'm staying balanced on one leg. So you can test this by seeing how long you can stay up for. And you can count the amount of seconds and see if over time you're able to stay up just a little bit longer. This is really helping the brain to body connection. So all of the pathways that help inform our body about where we are in the world are having to be challenged with this move. You would do it on both sides. So we'll try again on the other side. You raise the leg up. You can just look straight forward and make sure that hand is just lifted from the balance bar. So at any point in time, you can bring your hand back onto the the kitchen countertop or whatever you're using to balance, just to make sure you're safe. Okay, so that move's challenging the balance, a little bit of the coordination. The next one's going to be more about the coordination, but we're still working on the balance here. We're going to do a toe walk. Now let me just tilt this back down again. So you'll be able to see my feet here. Standing with my feet about hip width apart, holding onto the kitchen countertop, I'm going to lift my heels up so that I'm on my toes now. My heels are completely lifted. I'm going to keep my feet hip width apart and I'm going to take small steps forwards. I'll make sure both feet become level again and I'll drop the heels down. And then I can turn around and do the same thing the other way. So I'll lift the heels up. I've got this balance here. I've got this balance bar here for support. Your countertop is there for support if you need it. And you take your few small steps forward. You let both feet become level again. Drop the heels back down and turn around. If that feels too easy for you and you want a second challenge, you could try a heel walk. That's where you lift the toes upwards from the floor and you walk on your heels. You've got to try not to speed up. Keep the same slow, controlled pace. Bring the legs level and lower the toes back down. Turn around again. The hand is next to the kitchen countertop. You lift the toes from the floor and you slowly walk, looking forwards all the time. You bring the toes level and lower them back down towards the floor. So a great move just to increase that balance and coordination through your body, and you can do that next to your kitchen all the time. The next one we're going to do, I'll sit down for. In fact, I'll move that camera again. So we're going to do the shoulder scratcher test. In fact, if I move this way, that's probably best. We're going to take one hand all the way up and see how far down our back we can touch our hand. And then we're going to take the same hand, bring it all the way up behind and see how far we can touch up the way. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And all the way up behind. So the greater flexibility you have through the shoulders, the easier it's going to be for you to lift things down from heavy cupboards or to do just the normal activities that we do, like combing the hair or styling your hair or washing it even. So we want to make sure that we've got good flexibility through the shoulders. Now to increase this flexibility, we're just going to do the same moves. We're just going to reach back behind and reach back behind. So we're just repeating the same move that we do for the test. And you could do this 10 or 15 times. Just keeping a nice straight back. We'll do the last one here. And relax off. The last exercise that I'm going to show you here, well, it's going to help improve your strength through the legs, through key areas, specifically down through the side of the leg and in towards the bottom. It's going to help improve the coordination because it's a reasonably fast move, and it's a move that has been proven to help prevent falls because it helps you get your leg out quickly when you need to. So I'm going to stand up here and I want you to see the lower part of the body, so I'll just keep the camera where it is and you won't be able to see my face, but you'll see the lower part of the body here. I'm going to turn this chair around because I want to lean against the chair for a bit of support. So sideways on here, I'm going to take a big step out to one side and then I'm going to come back in again, and I'll do the same on the other side. And back in. I'm taking the weight onto that leg that I'm leaning onto. You can see it in the mirror behind me. So you actively want to take the weight out onto one leg and then bring it back. And the same on the other side. And we just alternate from side to side. I'm holding on for support here, so I'm always safe. I'll do one more to each side here. So that's a basic side lunge. And that exercise is improving your balance and your coordination and the strength in these specific key areas at the outsides of the hips. Okay, thanks for joining me. Bye.